Let's talk about Darrell Issa, the congressman from California. He's going to be the chairman of the Government Oversight and Government Reform Committee in the House of Representatives. He's got subpoena power. He can lawyer, make the White House and the administration lawyer up as much as they want. You remember what happened in 95, 96 when the Republicans did this to the Clinton administration. Who was reelected in 96?
Let's see if I can remember. It escapes me. Was it Clinton?
I believe he was, yeah.
Yeah, look, he needs to be careful here. And I wouldn't draw the conclusions before the investigation.
Right.
He's not a prosecuting attorney. He's the chairman of the committee. He shouldn't say things, people are corrupt, the administration's corrupt, until he has launched his investigation. If he then finds evidence of corruption, he can show it to the whole country, and we'll all draw.
He said yesterday, and let me just quote him.
He backed off a little bit.
He said yesterday, I'm saying that this is one of the most corrupt administrations. He didn't say the president. Earlier he said the president. Yesterday saying this is one of the most corrupt administrations.
Okay, first of all, it's semantics when you say, oh, not the president, but the administration. It's the president's administration. Look, at the end of the day, you cannot talk about holding people accountable. You cannot talk about being transparent if you say from the outset, oh, they're corrupt, now let's have investigations. And so what you really want to say is, look, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, if we do not have accountability when it comes to spending, when it comes to stimulus bill, when it comes to TARP, then we need to have the answers. But he is hurting himself by coming out of the box and actually doing this. And so he should step back and say, wait a minute, I want to invite Congressman Elijah Cummings, the ranking member on the Democratic side, to say we want the answers from anybody. That's what he really should be saying, not calling folks corrupt out of the gate.
And he's also suggesting, at least though, I guess suggesting pretty broadly, that Eric Holder, the Attorney General of the United States, should go. He said this, he said, he's hurting this administration. If you're hurting the administration, either stop hurting the administration or leave.
I know Eric Holder pretty well. We get along pretty well. I don't think he's done a great job as Attorney General, but the things that he's done, of which I am most critical, are things that he's done at the behest of Barack Obama. I don't think Barack Obama should fire Eric Holder for doing things that he wanted him to do. I think the whole business with Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and this notion of a trial in New York has been a mess. The Galliani trial was a mess. The whole idea of these civil trials, I think, has been a mess. That's been, I think, the major problem. You take his testimony on the Fort Hood massacre, that was a problem. But again, this is administration policy. It's not as if he's off on his own, Eric Holder. He's doing what Barack Obama wants him to do.
And now there's a deputy attorney general that was a recess appointment sworn in today, James Cole, who the Republicans don't like because of comments he made, an article he wrote after 9/11 suggesting the terrorists should be tried as criminals as opposed to war crimes or terrorists.
Of course, and I remind those same Republicans, when President Bush nominated John Bolton to be the ambassador to the UN, you're going to have people in the administration you don't particularly like. The president has a right to appoint who he wants to appoint. But also, when it comes to Attorney General Eric Holder, when you look at his focus when it comes to Civil Rights Division, when you look at his focus when it comes to a variety of issues, there are things that are indeed positive that you frankly disagree with. But also, Holder has had issue with people inside the administration. When you look at the back and forth with Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel, it's not like he hasn't been fighting some of his own people inside the administration. And so fine. If you want to say he should go, at the end of the day, the president controls who serves him, and that's at the end of the day, not Issa.
Roland and Bill will continue this conversation down the road. Guys, thanks very much.